Hello Scorpio, welcome to your monthly tarot reading here on Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is for the month of March 2023. Please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. If there is anything that you need me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments down below. Now, this is going to be a general reading, so try to be open and receptive to whatever may come through during our time together. I am merely the messenger. And speaking of messengers, the first card that jumped out is Mercury, the messenger, the magician, the magus, the trickster, and the juggler. So let's put that into some context with our Dove and Serpent spread. Already some major arcana coming out. Really good, really wonderful major arcana. And some court cards, a lot of court cards too. So that's going to be an interesting month for you, for sure. I think that you are really focused on manifesting. I think that you have a lot going on, and I think that you are, there's a lot of people involved with you, okay? I think that there are some relationships that you're trying to grow, I feel like, okay? Let's do our mystery card, bonus card, confirmation card, and we're going to leave that right there. Yeah, just got one card. We're going to leave that till the end. We're not going to reveal it until the rest of the reading is completed, so please stick around until the end. And hopefully that'll tie everything together and give us our confirmation. Okay. So, gosh, where to even start? We've got court cards, majors. Majors, a little bit of fire and water, right? So the one thing that I see is kind of lacking is the air energy. And I think the air energy is pretty much taken care of by both this Magus Magician card at the beginning and this Jupiter Wheel of Fortune energy at the end. Okay, so I think the communication is there. I think the planning is there. I think the complexity of the design is there, right? I think that you I get this feeling like you're really like a very intellectual person. We've got this Mercury energy. This is such a beautiful card, such a terrific energy. I think that you really do have a kind of well thought out plan for your life right now. I think this month you probably know what you're doing every day of the month, you know. I feel like you have that kind of a plan. And I don't know if this is exactly career related, but it's something big. Something big that you're working on. And I think it is in some way involving the growth of relationships, okay? Because we see a past and a future, which to me is showing a growth with these water court cards, right? These cups. I feel that there's some growth happening in this emotional relationship with someone, okay? But I feel like it's all kind of part of this huge plan that you're kind of orchestrating. I kind of feel like you're like the ringmaster almost, you know, where you're just you're conducting every aspect of this thing. And I feel like it's very complex. I feel like you are a very like high intellectual. I think that you probably have either a lot of education, or even if you've like never been to college, you have like this really, I just feel this really complex mind where it's just like, you know, things that nobody really should know unless they're like highly trained. You know what I mean? And I don't know, I don't want to say savant because I don't like that word. I think that has negative connotations. I feel like you just have a lot of kind of random knowledge, but it's of such intensity that people are kind of amazed at like how you know things. And it almost kind of is on the border of like premonition. It's almost on the border of like somehow you are able to penetrate into things and discover information through like non-traditional means, right? Somehow you have access to the like universal mind, and at moments you can tap into that and you can get the information that you need. It's really a strange feeling that I'm getting with this. I feel that you maybe have someone in your family with a nervous disorder, or like something to do with the brain and spinal column or something. I'm getting a feeling maybe someone with a B name that maybe had the same kind of like gifts that you have. You know what I mean? I feel like you still probably have something related to this person. I don't think they're necessarily here anymore. I feel like they've ascended to another plane, right? But I feel like the person's still with you in some way. Maybe you have some of their belongings still. I don't know. I'm getting a vision of a medicine cabinet. You still have some of their like old medicine. You know what I mean? Probably long expired. But I feel like this person's still with you, and I feel like they kind of had the same, I just want to call them gifts. You know, I don't know what else to call it. The same kind of gnosis, the same kind of knowledge or understanding, the same direct link with like wisdom, with the universal mind that you have. So it could be that you've really learned this skill from them, or even just inherited it, and you've been kind of developing it as you go through life. Okay. I know that sounds a little strange. It feels strange saying this, but I feel like this is all kind of part of your becoming, part of your creation, part of your will, part of your kind of life path right now, right? And I think this month, with all of this major arcana here, this month is going to be really tremendously successful for you. Okay? No tarot reader can say that with 100% certainty. Okay? So if anyone ever tries to tell you for a fact 100% that something is going to happen, they're full of it, because the tarot doesn't do that. What this is doing is giving me a snapshot of your energy, the energy surrounding you right now at this moment. Okay? And the way everything looks right now at this moment is just absolutely fantastic. Okay? That could all change in a second, a split second, right? It's all going to be dependent upon your actions, your responses, the way that you handle all of this energy, and the decisions and choices that you make. Okay? But this Mercury card, you're very well aware of the choices that you make and the effects, the results that those choices have. Okay? So if you want something, you know how to go from A all the way to Z. You know all of the letters in between, exactly how to put them together. You know what I mean? You know exactly how to line everything up from step 1 to step 26. Right? 26, yeah. At least in the English alphabet. And I think that is really a tremendous energy to have. I would love to stop there, but then this reading would be pretty short. Okay? But I think that's a wonderful energy to begin with. Now, the recent past, this Princess of Cups, I don't know who this person is. Maybe a water sign person, maybe representing you. But I feel like there's the beginning of this new emotion, like something, I feel like something you haven't really felt before, right? And I don't know if this is in regards to a relationship, a romance, or, you know, something. But I feel like you've just started some kind of, you know, relationship or activity or partnership or something that has a new feeling for you. Something that you haven't really felt before. Okay? So this could kind of be like the kindling of a new romance, right? Maybe you've fallen in love, you've never felt that before to this degree. Okay? This doesn't have to be with a person. This could be with an idea, with an inspiration, with a path, with a goal, with an aspiration. It could be a religious feeling, it could be a spiritual endeavor, you know? Whatever it is, it's something that is still kind of in its infancy, right? It's a new feeling, something that you're not familiar with. It's, you know, I've never felt this before. But you're going with it. You're taking it slow. You're nurturing it, okay? And what we see in the immediate future is the complete growth and maturing of that emotion. Okay? So whatever it is, I feel like you're trying to grow it, right? And what I see in the present is this wonderful Sun card. 19th mystery of the tarot. This is you nurturing this feeling, whatever it may be. This could be, you know, a feeling, we think of feelings of like happiness, sadness, you know, whatever. This could be a feeling as in a feeling of meaning, a feeling of purpose, a feeling of just absolute commitment to something, right? So that could be it. It could be that you've discovered your will. You've discovered what you're meant to do. You've discovered your purpose. You're nurturing it, right? You're starting slow, baby steps, dipping your toe in the water, so to speak, with this Princess of Cups, okay? You don't want to run too fast because you might, you might stumble. And I think that's part of the beauty of Mercury, is that it knows exactly, despite the complexity of the situation, it knows exactly what steps to take and what order to take them, and when to take them to fully mature this energy, this feeling, what this thing is. I feel like it's a very almost religious feeling or spiritual feeling, right? And we could have that with another person, sure. We could have that with ourselves, with spirit, with the divine, with any kind of project or purpose or meaning that we've discovered for ourselves, right? It could be literally anything. I kind of think it is with another person, but maybe not. Back to the Sun card, though, before we get to some of these other possibilities. The Sun card is talking to me about this kind of vitality that you have. With the Sun card here, one of the main themes that I like to touch on with the Sun card is its ability to withstand pressure, right? Despite anything that's going on around it, you remain bright and shining and strong and vital, powerful. It's like your inner strength knows exactly how much force to exert outwardly to balance the pressures coming in, right? That's the nature of a star, right? It's got that, the nuclear fusion to put out enough energy to withstand the gravity that's really trying to crush it, right? So I think this is your tremendous ability to hold up to the pressure, to really stand up to the demands of life. And this, coupled with the Mercury card, it's like you have the power and the vitality and the strength. You have the optimism, really, the cheerfulness. You have the right attitude. You also have this intelligence, this kind of it's beyond mind. It's like super rational. It's knowing things that you really should have no way of knowing, okay? And these two together show infinite possibilities, right? Whatever you are trying to grow between the Princess and the Knight of Cups down here is really destined to succeed, okay? As far as the energy appears right now, right here, okay? Let's just go to the maturing of this watery energy with the Knight. The Knight of Cups here is the fiery aspect of the cups of the water, right? And this card is kind of talking about like mastering this new thing. It's the mastery of maybe our emotional responses, our emotional life, the real maturing of these feelings that we have. So whatever this thing is that you're doing, whatever your project or your relationship, it really is more than just the project itself or the relationship itself. It's about your emotional reaction to it. It's about you maturing emotionally, like raising your, your emotional intelligence, right? It's about you growing in your relation to this project, this situation, this relationship, this other person, whatever it may be, okay? So I think you're really going through a growth this month. I think we're starting with this Princess of Cups, the baby steps, just kind of getting familiar, learning the ropes of this new thing, this new feeling, and really putting all of our resources, all of our skills and talents, all of our gifts, all of our power into really growing this thing into something beautiful, whatever it may be. Again, could be a relationship, could be a new job, a new career path, a new project, right? Could be a romance, whatever it may be. It could be literally growing a child, right? Maybe it is the birth of a new addition to your family. If so, congratulations. So it could really be anything, but it's about our emotional attachment to it and how that matures over time, right? And I think whatever it is, there is a lot of outward pressure that's trying to squish you, right? The universe is going to see how much it can squish you, right? Gravity is going to just intensify. And the more mass you accumulate, right, the stronger gravity is going to be exerting its force on you, right? So, you know, more money, more problems, right? The larger we get, the more powerful we get, the greater becomes our opponents, our adversaries, our challenges, right? But we have to also continue to grow and collect our own personal power in proportion to the growth of the external pressures, the opponents, right? The things that are trying to crush us, the things that are trying to test us, to test our inner resolve, how much we can withstand, how much pressure we can withstand, right? And I think you're doing an amazing job. And the way this energy looks right now is absolutely fantastic. What we see beneath everything, this is the lust or strength card. This is beneath the surface. This is almost that nuclear fusion that is fueling and powering the star, right? And this star is also like your guiding light. That's like the light, the warmth, the source of your power and energy and love and warmth and all of this stuff that's right there with you. You know, it's not a distant star. It's not a distant goal way over there that we need a telescope to see. It doesn't really do anything but twinkle. It doesn't give us any hope. It doesn't give us any warmth. It doesn't give us any love. Barely gives us any light at all. We can barely see it, right? No, yours is right here with you. It's practically one with you. You don't know where it ends and you begin, right? So you feel the warmth, you feel the guidance and the love and the energy coming from that star, which is your true self, which is divinity, which is whatever your goal and purpose, whatever this cup energy is, you know, whatever it is we're involved in. And we've got this luster strength card underneath it all. And this kind of is the nuclear fusion, right? That's powering everything. And this is your control over that. This is your kind of like your self-discipline, you know, because what if your power grows too great that you end up going supernova, right? And I said this in another reading too when we had the sun card. You could grow and respond and accumulate your personal power disproportionately, and you blow the whole thing up. So it really is about the proper measure. And I think, again, with that Mercury card, this is a non-issue. This is showing the establishment, the already existing control that you have. The proportionate growth in relation to the environment, right? You're adapting and growing at the proper rate to maintain this equilibrium with your environment, okay? You're not just blowing up so fast that, like, you end up destroying everything, you know? You could expand so quickly that you consume all of the satellites, all of the planets around you, right? We don't want that. We want to grow in relation to the environment so that everything that is around us, everything that depends upon us, our friends, our family, our job, our career, our pets, our plants, our people, that everybody is taken care of, that nobody gets consumed by our growth, that everybody continues to be taken care of by this energy that we have, this love and light that we're giving off, you know. Now, up above everything, we see a very intensely practical side of you. You know, I think that whatever you are working on, whatever your project is, you have the best interests of everyone at heart. Okay, this is the Queen of Pentacles. She has some watery energy about them. And this is you taking kind of this emotional intelligence. It's like you're so skilled mentally and physically that it's just like the emotional growth is kind of what you're focusing on now, you know. And this could be, again, a byproduct of a new romance, a new addition to your family, a new finding of purpose and meaning in your life, anything. But I think that you're using this growth in your emotional body as another way to achieve things in a practical sense, you know. It's not enough to just understand something or to feel something. You have to then translate it into action, into expression, into manifestation. Okay? And this card does that. And this card shows a real success, a real satisfaction with this, right? And this is in proportion to the environment, in proportion to the demands, in proportion to the pressure, you know? And this figure is seated because they are responsible. They are taking ownership. They are completely and calmly confident and satisfied in the job that they're doing. They know they're doing it well. They know they're doing it right, in the right degree, the right proportion, the right direction. It's an intense confidence. I feel like there's no doubt in your mind about any of this. Honestly, I don't know why you're here. But maybe to get confirmation. Because I feel like you have everything going for you. You've got all of the energies in all of the right places, that things are just perfect. The way things are set up right now with these energies, this is the perfect situation, the perfect environment. Things are going to change as you go through the days, as the month progresses. Things are going to look different. You know, when we do your weekly readings, things are going to look different. And we could put 10 more cards out, or 11 cards, and things will be different, you know. Let's move over to the path of the Serpent now. Again, if there's anything that you need me to pray over or meditate upon or send positive energy toward, please let me know in the comments. Okay. And I do just want to say that these tarot cards are always correct. Okay. The cards are never wrong. But my problem as the interpreter is that I don't always know how to associate each of these cards with your exact circumstances. Okay. And that's why I ask you to be open and receptive and connect directly with the cards and use your own intuition. Okay, I think that's very important. Okay, so the Hierophant card, your general energy. This is, again, a card that's telling me that everything that you're doing has a practical component to it. It's meant to help everyone else. It's meant to improve and grow and nurture and nourish the relationships that you're in. Friends, family, romantic, business, whatever it is. All of them. With your pets, your plants, your people. You are doing things that you know will benefit other people, even though it may seem like you're kind of preoccupied, you're intensely like self-possessed, focused on your work. May seem a little selfish from the outside, right? People looking in may not quite understand what you're doing. They may not really see the, I feel like some people have this idea of like, okay, you're doing all this work, you're taking all this time, what's in it for me? You know? I think it's just because people don't quite understand and they're not able to see the transition, again, between like the fire, the water, and the earth, right? They don't see how it's going to be converted into a practical thing. You know, it's to a lot of people, it's if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense, right? So they don't see the practical benefits of it right now, even though what you're working on, whatever it may be, even if it's something abstract like a spiritual goal or emotional growth or something, it's going to have long-term positive benefits for all of your people, your plants, your pets, right? All of it. And that's just kind of something that people are going to have to wait and see. You know, they're going to have to just trust you, right? The Hierophant. They're going to have to trust you. And I think you're someone that generally is a strong leader for people, you know. I think some of the people closest to you may be a little confused, perhaps, about what you're working on and what your kind of aims, what your goals are. And I think that's where we got into that absence of air energy here, okay? Because it doesn't seem like there's a lot of sharing going on. Like we've got the Mercury, we've got the Wheel of Fortune card with the Jupiter energy, but there's not a lot of swords in between. There's not really a lot of communication or an exchange of ideas. It's almost like you don't want anyone to have any input into what you're doing, you know? I think the input that you have is coming from a different realm, a different dimension even, you know. I don't think you need to have discussions with your friends and family to get their opinion or their advice, right? I think you have a knowledge that comes from elsewhere. But we don't see that, and that could be, again, why they're a little bit confused. Because they don't have these conversations with you to really try to understand what's going on. It's just like they have to just accept that you know what you're doing and just wait and see what happens, you know. The next card that we see is a Seven of Wands in the environment. This is you really not backing down from a challenge, you know. And I think in your environment, maybe you were raised in a bit of a challenging environment. And it could be really directly related to these gifts that you have that we talked about at the beginning, okay? I think that you had to always kind of fight for what you wanted, right? Nothing was ever handed to you. I think that you had to maybe really like, maybe go up against like bullies, you know what I mean? But not, maybe in the schoolyard, yeah, maybe in the traditional sense. But I just think life in general, there were things that happened to you that were not fair. And rather than accepting defeat or admitting that you were like, you know, weaker, if it was you against 20 people, you against a big corporation or something, right? Instead of just accepting those terrible odds and going home, I think that you used some of these gifts, you used your intelligence, you used your mind, those resources that you have, your inner strength, your power, and this intense mental ability that you have, this intelligence. I still don't know what to call it, those gifts. I think you use those to overcome a lot in your life, okay? This could also be related to some health issues or an injury when you were younger. Okay. I'm still getting the sense of a brain and spinal column, which I thought was like a relative that had a brain or a spinal column issue. But it could, maybe this is relating more to you than to someone in your family, you know, like a parent or a grandparent or something. Maybe it's something that you also have some of that just kind of inherited, the same way that maybe you've inherited some of these gifts that we're talking about. Because I'm still getting like something with the back or the spinal column, okay? And I don't know where that is coming from exactly. But I do feel like you've overcome a lot in your life, okay, in a general way. And I think that's how you've learned to really utilize this major arcana power that we see. This is a real powerhouse here. This is someone who is really unstoppable at manifesting their reality. We have the intelligence, we have the power, we have the discipline. What more do you need? Maybe a little bit of luck. We're going to jump right to the end and go to this Wheel of Fortune. You just need a little bit of luck, a little bit of help from the universe, right? Just a little bit of harmony, a little bit of resonance, a little bit of destiny or luck, whatever you want to call it, fame and fortune. Right, fortune and glory even. I think you really do have all of the elements to succeed in whatever you put your mind to. And I could be pretty far off with what I've been guessing, right? Because I don't think I have the same mind that you have. I know that's an obvious statement, but I mean it in the most extreme way. I think that you think in so many different dimensions that I can't even venture a guess of what you're actually working on or what you're doing. I just know that it has this water component, this growth component with the water energy. Either emotional or spiritual growth is involved here, going from the Princess to the Knight of Cups, okay? And the only thing missing is this little bit of luck. The universe is on your side, and I think that you've always felt this. I think you've always known that you were destined for these really great things. You know, and I think this month is the month for you to really do that, really focus on this. And I think you are. Again, I don't think you need this tarot reading at all. I think that you probably knew everything I was going to say before I said it, right? because I think this is something that has already appeared to you. It's already revealed itself to you. You know, I think you're able to see with this Mercury energy. You're already looking a few steps ahead. So you kind of know what energies are coming, right? And this is that little bit of destiny that we needed to finish off this kind of, this configuration of energy. The one card we didn't talk about yet is your fears, worries, concerns. This is the Eight of Cups. This is kind of the little bit of kind of checks and balances that you have, right? This is the one thing, the little bit of doubt that just kind of keeps you in check, keeps you humble, keeps you balanced, right? This is, what if I fail? This is, what if this growth of this water energy, Princess to Knight, what if this growth, what if it doesn't happen? What if I fail? What if it's not what I think it is? What if I'm wrong? Okay? And this is that little bit of doubt that you have to have, that little bit of skepticism that keeps you humble, that keeps you thinking the right way. You know what I mean? And I don't think this is a big concern. I think this is something that you intentionally incorporate. You know what I mean? It's like you always have to question your beliefs, question your will, question your intentions, have a little bit of skepticism even about ourselves. This is what keeps you on the right path. Does that make sense? It makes sense to you, I'm sure of it. So this is a wonderful component to have as well. I think everything is in a perfect configuration this month, okay? The mystery card. What is the mystery card? I had an idea of what this could be. I think it's going to be, honestly, some earth energy. Because we see a lot of the kind of potential, we see a lot of the energetic influences. We see the earth up here with this card, with the Queen of Pentacles, showing that, yes, things will be a success and you will have the satisfaction and the confidence. But I kind of want to see like something that shows everything really solidifying and coming together in the way that you envisioned, right? We started with the growth with this kind of the water here, but you're someone who puts those sorts of things into action, right? You love to convert the potential into, kinetic energy, the subtle into the gross, the spirit into matter, right? The air and fire, the water into earth, something to solidify everything. So some earth energy, perhaps, maybe 6 pentacles, maybe 9, maybe a 10 of pentacles. I think the 10 of Pentacles really would give us like a final crystallization, a manifestation of all of this energy into something tangible and visible, right? And we've got it, the 10 of Pentacles. So all of this energy here, all of these, 10 cards are solidifying into this 10 of Pentacles, okay, or discs, coins, diamonds. So what you're working on is going to have a physical component. It's going to have a practical result. It's going to manifest to visible appearance where you can touch it, taste it, smell it, show it to other people, right? It's going to be something that you can share with your pets, your plants, your people, okay? It's going to be something that can feed them, nourish them, provide for them, provide for yourself. It's going to be something solid, So this isn't energy that's just stuck in your head, in your mind, in your dreams, your fantasies, right? This isn't the moon card. This is the 10. This is as concrete as things can get, okay? But now I'm very curious what comes after this. What is the next step after this reaches this solid concrete state? Then what are you going to work on? Does the cycle just kind of begin again and you're on to the next phase of growth? Because I don't think with this emotional growth, going from the Princess to the Knight of Cups, maybe the next round will start from the Princess of Wands to the Knight of Wands. So we're ascending upwards. So the cycle is going to continue after this 10 of Pentacles. You don't just stop. You don't just assume this Queen of Pentacles energy and that's just it for the rest of your life. No, I think really what you do is you give all of this coin away and you start over. right? I feel like that's part of your plan because, Mercury here is the ruler of, business, merchants, right? Exchange of goods, exchange of ideas. So it's almost like that's what Mercury really loves to do. Make all this coin, give it away, because you just want to make more. You want to have another idea and have all of this energy again and make something concrete again. Because it's not about the physical coin at the end. I mean, it may be for other people, and in a very practical sense, yes, it's about the physical manifestation of it. But for you right now, the work is the water work, the emotional, spiritual work, right? That is the true meaning behind Mercury creating this these business transaction, creating this coin, whatever it may be. Okay, it may be financial. It may just be a romantic relationship, a business, a partnership. You may be just building something, literally. But it's about the spiritual growth that you receive from this work. And that's what Mercury likes to do. Give away all that coin, earn more. Manifest something new, something else, right? That's very interesting. I'm very excited for this month for you. I think March is going to be a fantastic month for you. We're going to do an extended. If you want to stick around, you can become a member to the channel, and that's by clicking on the link right up here. Then you can join the channel, become a member, and you'll have access to all of the extended readings for all of these monthly videos and all the weeklies that we do in between. Okay? And I think with the weeklies, that's where we're really going to see some of these energies get a little bit more specific. We're going to see the different phases of this work kind of in the, the weekly segments, right? Anyway, thank you so much for letting me read for you today. This was your monthly tarot reading for March 2023 here on Dove and Serpent Tarot.